I'm the healing artist, Vicki, and today we're going to be doing a bluebonnet painting on my video. Now, I know that could seem like a stretch, but I had a request to do it, and I'm going to do it. I want to fulfill your requests. I love requests, so send them in anytime that you feel like it, or have something that you want me to do that you want to see yourself. And we're going to go into alpha right now. Alpha is the middle brain wave. It's the most relaxed and most creative brain wave. And it's a very simple process. I was taught it in college by a fabulous college professor, and I've been doing it ever since, every time I create a piece of art. So here we go. It's going to be short. 3 deep breaths, and then saying down, 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 and we'll be in alpha. So here we go. Down, down, down. Okay, so take a minute just to see how you feel when you're in alpha. I feel relaxed, clear. It helps me think better. So it helps me be focused. So now we're going to start our painting. My video is a bluebonnet or bluebonnets. So I had a request to do bluebonnets. And I said, yes, I love requests, guys, and I will do whatever I can to fulfill your wishes. How do you like that? Okay, now, the bluebonnet is the state flower of Texas. And it's been quite a popular subject over the years with artists. And I, as a kid, refused to paint them. I was one of those kids, well, if it's popular, I don't want to do it. So I didn't. But since I had a request, and it was an interesting request, it was from a lady who actually studied under Ruth Mogford, the lady that I studied under for 8 years. And so she's 8 years younger than I am, so we didn't cross paths as kids, because you know how that is. It's like you don't want to mess around with somebody that's 8 years younger than you are when you're 14. So anyway, that's why I'm doing bluebonnets. And we'll see. This is going to be fun. I haven't done anything like this in a long time. And I want you guys to enjoy it. Oops. I'm telling you, I'm always, well, not always, it seems like a lot of times I am just a klutz, running into something, doing something. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay. Now, the bluebonnet got its name from actually looking like a lady's bonnet. Back in the old days, you know, those old bonnets I'll see if I can find one of these little flowers that has the shape of it that shows you better. Now I'm using a photograph that I took a while back because there's too much detail not to have either a live subject or a photo of it so that it comes out right. I'm going to skip over here so that I can maybe explain the bluebonnet shape. Okay. And of course I went ahead and drew this. Before I started painting. The drawing part is, to me, it's kind of tedious, especially if you're doing something like this that is a fairly realistic rendition of your subject. Okay, so this would be like the part that is actually on the lady's head. And then this would be like the big, it's like the sun protector that goes over. And these little bluebonnets have little white spots right in the middle of them. And what I'm going to do, since I had a request to do bluebonnets, what I'm going to do is, at some point, I will also do a landscape that has bluebonnets in it. So you guys can see what goes into doing like a field of bluebonnets, which is really what they do in Texas in the springtime. You have these enormous fields that are covered in bluebonnets. It's really spectacular. Fun to go look at in the spring. They're all over the countryside. Now, many years ago, the state started actually planting bluebonnet seeds. I mean, bluebonnets are, oh, what do you call it? A native flower. But, so the state comes along and plants seeds to help them along a little bit. And there went a book on the floor. So I do one-on-one sessions too, and if you're interested and having a one-on-one session with me, send me an email. It's vicky.loper@gmail.com. It's listed below, but I'll say it out loud. And I'm adding some more little green buds. And I've added some purple. Bluebonnets have purple. And then some of these little areas, I'm going to add like a little green in back of this, so that it's not just a white open space. I think I'll go back to the purple. And make this a little darker in some areas. And now I'll add a little white where the white's supposed to be. And I think I'll mix just a tiny bit of purple with that. Just this part right here are when the buds start coming out of that green space. Okay, so I am filling in a little bit of background. Just going to be mostly greens because the bluebonnet is out in grass and all that. And, you know, okay, so what I'm doing, go get some water. What I'm doing, I'm putting in a little background color, and I've added some water to the acrylic. So in most spots, it's going to look like watercolor. And so I'm not doing strokes, I'm doing circles with the brush. I don't like any white showing anywhere. Well, I gotta have, I say that, but I gotta have white on the bluebonnets because they have white. I don't know. So now we're gonna be putting in some details. And I pushed the little painting up a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing on the bottom of the painting. I'm going to put in a little stem. Kind of go through here. Won't be real visible, but it's an indication. Maybe fill in some of this background with a little bit of the green. And so now we'll add a little white. To make it stand out a little more. If you're going to paint bluebonnets, that's one thing for sure. I said, you got to remember your white. I'm adding a little bit of white in here. Up here. Okay, that's it for today. Check out my new Patreon page. The videos are longer and more in depth on teaching art and also teaching the spiritual, how the spiritual works with the art, how the art comes from the universe through me. I'm teaching that. I'm teaching the spiritual also. So check it out. The link is below.